Alright, so sometime soon Jake is going to be in the market for a new car. As many of you know, he has a Honda Accord and he isn't slinging pussy with it anymore, and it lost all of its VTECs. I think it's down to about -4 VTECs now. So Jake's going to be looking for a new car, and he has an idea of what he wants, but today we're going to help him. And I've compiled a list of 4 cars that I think he should look at, and we'll definitely want some input from you guys, but here's my list. Alright, so before we get started on our list, there's some criteria we have to go through. The car can be no more than $14,000. He wants a newer car, so no old cars he can fix up. He wants something reliable, a daily driver, but still badass. He also prefers the car be a manual, but it's not a requirement, I would say. But it definitely needs to have some kind of nice transmission, and manual is preferred. Also, no hatchbacks, because he thinks that's gay for whatever fucking reason. I think he has insecurities. Alright, so my first car is a 2008 to 2010 Subaru WRX. Now, Subaru WRXs and STIs have been known, to be really nice, quick cars from the factory, and I know they're pretty easy to add power to. Now, I know there's a problem with pushing them above around 500 horsepower, just due to engine restraints and other shit like that. But I think it'd be a great car because they look pretty good, especially those years. I don't really like the early bug-eye ones too much. They look alright, but I really like the newer models, and it's definitely a car that has a lot of aftermarket support, pretty quick from the factory, all-wheel drive, manual gearbox. He'd have a lot of fun with that, and I have managed to find some that have been under around 13,000. So here's a clip of a Subaru WRX launching its nuts off. Alright, so my next car is a 2010 Mitsubishi Lancer Ralliart. Now, Ryan had a Lancer. It was a front wheel drive and had a CVT transmission, so it was pretty shit. But the Ralliarts and Evos are pretty nice, and while he can't afford an Evo, he can afford a pretty nice Ralliart. Now, these cars are all-wheel drive. They have in the neighborhood of 220 horsepower stock from the factory, but it can be easily upgraded with aftermarket Evo parts and shit like that. And these cars are all-wheel drive, and they come with a twin-clutch automatic transmission, so that'll be really fast shifting. No, it's not a manual, but it'll definitely get the job done, and I think you'd have a lot of fun with it. And here's a clip of a Mitsubishi Ralliart having a sick, nasty launch. Alright, so the next car on our list is Jake's favorite, so we definitely can't dismiss it. It is a 2010 to 2012 Hyundai Genesis Coupe 2.0 liter turbo, and they might be able to find a 2013 for under 14,000, but I'm not sure. I was able to find a 2012 for around 13,000 with 70,000 miles. So Jake wants this car because he butt fucks Ryan in the ass, and he wants to be just like him, and wishes he had big muscles like Ryan because he's puny. So for me, I think there's better picks out there, and he's always going to be overshadowed by Ryan. And I would hate to have a V6 Challenger and look up and see a Challenger RT or SRT8, and I wouldn't like my Challenger RT as much as I did if Ryan had an SRT8 Challenger. It's just you always have a name to live up to, and that's the problem I have with that. But nonetheless, here is a launch from a Hyundai Genesis Coupe 2.0 liter turbo. Alright, so the last car, may be a surprise to some, it may not, is the 2007 Mazda Speed 6. Now, these cars aren't too common, which is kind of why I put it on my list. And plus, it's pretty powerful. It has around 273 horsepower, I believe, turbocharged 4-cylinder all-wheel drive. And they're really nice cars, and people seem to love them that do have them. They only made them for a few years. And They come in a manual transmission, so I really think Jake would like this one. And I would honestly like to get to know the car, and you don't really see too many of them being like heavily modded. I'm sure there's plenty out there, but as far as YouTube people go, you don't really see too many cars. But I definitely think he would have fun with this car. And here's a clip of the Mazda Speed 6 doing a nasty launch. Alright, so that's my list of cars that I think Jake should consider getting. If you have any other lists or any other cars to mention, make sure to leave them down in the comments below. Also, if you own any of these cars, make sure to leave some feedback down in the comments, you know, if you are for it or against it. And remember, if you are suggesting cars, make sure it follows criteria. So hopefully we can get Jake's ass out of that Honda Accord that lost all its VTECs and get him into something nice, a little bit quicker, and everyone will be happy. So make sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, like I said about 40 fucking times. If you haven't heard me, you're fucking stupid, and I'll catch you later.
We call that ballin', doing this is my calling. Flow is so appalling, my phone off and she calling. I'm like, yeah, what it do? Penthouse, man, what a view. Fall back cause I'm coming through with my whole team, they coming too, that's real. Too real, motherfucker, tell me how you feel. I'm too good for my own good, I won't leak the album, I let it spill.